Go! Welcome, Tim and Joel calling in the ring. Nikita Lyons.
I mean, listen, that did views for us on hits and misses, and I'll tell you this much: it's not because of the way that we talked about the top 5 hits and misses of the week on this channel. I will tell you that.
It's very weird that a thumbnail that everyone has seen 8 million times now still caused people to click on the video. Like I don't know. That's good. Congratulations, good job.
If that thing cracks it cracks 1,000 before the end of this week, I will both be not shocked and shocked at the same time. I'll be shocked
if it does. Just change all of the video thumbnails to that.
That's what I'll do. Here's why you're wrong. It's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Bryan Danielson, but it's going to be a photo of Nikita Lyons. This video, this thumbnail is no longer going to be Tony Khan on the front. It's going to be Nikita Lyons, but it's still going to be all about, what's the big TK.
The content won't change because that is apparently irrelevant, but
completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is that you leave us a thumbs up if you're watching live on Fightful Overbooked. And if you got a comment for us, if you're live in the chat, welcome. We love to see you. We love to have you. If you're watching after the fact, you can drop a comment. Tell us what you think. Wrestling's subjective, so we want your opinion sometimes. And then also subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked because we're actually doing quite well. I'm quite surprised. I'm excited for next milestones coming up. So subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked. It's content dropped every single day. Tim does a lot of work on the front and the back end, and he is great. He's wonderful. I put him over once in a while. And if you want to support Tim and I and the rest of the Overbooked peoples, you can donate a super chat here. That's a little $ in the chat window, or you can donate a Humper Chat. Humper Chats are that Streamlabs alternative that we use where we take a little bit more of the money and Streamlabs doesn't take as much as, say, I don't know, Google does. So you can go ahead and you can donate a Humper Chat there, humperchats.com, and talk about the show alongside with us. Timbo, did you watch the wrestling this week?
I watched the wrestling. A lot of
what
Raw.
did you think of the wrestling?
The wrestling was good, actually. The wrestling parts of things was largely good. Hold on, I forgot Dominic Mysterio and Lash Legend featured, but largely the wrestling was very good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I also had a good time watching. Okay, I enjoyed watching NXT this week more than Raw.
Oh, agreed.
The last 45 minutes of Raw, I really enjoyed. We'll get to that in a minute. I figured right now. Yeah, the last 45. We'll get to that. And I can already tell you don't fully.
Yeah,
it's fine. That's what the show's about. We don't always agree. Let's start with NXT. I feel like we're gonna end with the TK stuff, and that's the huge news. And we'll get to that whole what's the announcement? What's in the box? It's another TK announcement. But first, let's talk about NXT last night. We opened up Braun Breaker, Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh my god.
Ciampa wearing his 2.0 singlet gear, doing his
best. What is Tommaso Ciampa anymore? I'm just gonna start calling him Dye Beard. Everyone watch Peacemaker? Yeah, Dye Beard. There we go.
So they took on the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode. By the way, Bobby Roode coming out to his old theme. Loved that. That was nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice little touch. But yeah, that singlet, man. I don't know. If anything, I felt like all of it just kind of undermines who Tommaso Ciampa's character is.
It was fine. I don't know. Here's how I see it. Ciampa's on his way out of NXT. He's basically at this point, he's on Raw. This is his swan song. And if they do this triple threat, he's probably going to take the pin. And it's going to be, since it's a title match, it's just going to be Braun pins Ciampa, bye-bye. And then we're going to set up Dolph versus Braun at Dallas. Sure, why not? That's, for some reason, that's going to main event an NXT show. I guess.
I guess, I don't know. The roadblock is just screwing up everything for the actual show, from what I can tell. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't really know.
That's what
they're ruining Ciampa. He will go to the main roster and he will meet the same fate that everyone else does.
Yeah, I see someone in the chat saying Ciampa's passing the torch to Braun Breaker, except he already did that.
Yeah, that's already been done. Now he's just here for the lulls, I guess.
Yeah, now it's just like we're trying to bridge. If this is how they're going to bridge to main roster as a first opportunity, it's not awful. It's better than they've done before, but man, it needs work. They need to keep working on it and finding different ways to make it effective.
Yeah, and I don't know. The worst thing at all of this is that garbage fire that is his new theme.
Oh, it's not good. I don't care
It's
if
so
you.
like I don't give a crap if he likes it. I don't care what Ciampa likes. I hate it. It's stupid.
So
It's boring. Like
let
they've
me
just
tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you a
oh
story, my friend. So I go to I saw the screen cap of Champa being like, "Hey, I like the theme. This is why I did it. Yada yada yada. I don't want to talk about. No one will survive. It's now everyone's whatever it is. It's like I like the new theme." He says, and so I went on Twitter and I said, "Yeah." And Karrion Cross really liked his new helmet, and people thought I was being serious, and I had to go and be like, the amount of people thinking I'm being honest here is astounding. People are friggin' insane on the
no social
internet
skills
still.
on the app.
Zero. And the amount of times I've been, is this your first time interacting with me, pal? Because I'll tell you this much: this is not how I speak on. Like, this is not how I do this. So if you got a problem with me, then I get the whole like, oh, this is what it takes to work with Fightful. No, pal, having a brain is what it takes to work here,
Yeah,
and
just
not being a
not being
dickhead on the
a
internet.
knuckle dragging piece of crap.
It's a pretty friggin' listen. It's a pretty. It's not. I'm not trying to say that working with Fightful is a low bar because that's not what this is. But being a decent human is a pretty friggin' low bar.
Yeah, well, that
Anyway,
requires that you go outside and actually talk to another human face to face, which is
yeah,
petrifying,
100%,
I guess.
100% serious tweets from Joel Pearl. 100% of the time, that's me. I'm
It's
always
so silly.
serious.
This music, like it, what shocked me the most is how much WWE socials was doubling down on like drawing attention to it. Because like, are they like they can't be that clueless about it, right? Like they really think that this new song is good. It sounds like every other song. Like there is no differentiation. Lots of people are saying. I think I saw somebody. It might have been Lance Strong or something.
Lance
Someone like
Storm.
that was Lance Storm. Yeah, Jesus, who's Lance Strong? Nobody.
I don't know, but I want to
Um,
meet him. That's a great
yeah,
name.
Lance Storm, or it probably wasn't even Lance Storm. Whatever. Was talking about how they can't even tell who's coming out anymore. Like when they hear the music hit, they're just like, I can't tell the difference. They're not iconic in any way. Like it is the most as a musician, it is the most phoned in thing I've ever seen for a product like this. Like the amount of money going into that, whoever is getting paid to do this work is probably paid a pretty sum to do like 5 minutes worth of work. Like the bar is so low for their music.
So I was asked for the upcoming Fightful magazine that'll be out whenever it comes out next, the next one that's coming out. I was asked a question about music in wrestling, and I absolutely dragged Def Rebel because they are just not good at the job. They're commercial music makers making commercial music for commercial programming. Unfortunately, wrestling should not be viewed, especially entrance music, should not be viewed as commercial programming. You need to know it's the accent. It is the first thing you see. It's the first part of a wrestler's presentation is their music. And if you
They
get rid of that, it's absolutely useless. Nobody knows who you are.
and they knew how important this was before. They used to put out album after album of entrance music. They had guest features come in to like essentially remix entrance themes. Like even when they did choose generic music, like stock music created by other artists, they made tremendous. The Hardy Boys music is from like a stock music library, and it
Yep.
was iconic because they just had someone with any semblance of taste choose it. And I don't understand how they've fallen so far.
It's same with the with Hardcore Holly. It was the same way. That was stock music, but people
Yeah.
just assumed that it was going to be okay if it's just the same old stuff.
It's very weird what they're doing, and it really cheapens the product because the music was a big part of it. Like it just was, and it really cheapens everything when they kind of skimp on it.
Yeah, and and I see it in the chat. I can never tell who's coming out when their music hits. I think Louis Dangor said this yesterday on the stream that Jeremy did with his panel, and that was a really good around the horn that they did. And Louis Dangor said the same thing. And if Louis Dangor, who's like very much pro WWE fan, talks about it all the time, if he's saying that stuff, that means something. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't watch the
like
product. The people who do the music do not watch the product. CFOs were fans, whether you like them or not. I know that it's a polarizing view, but even Jim Johnston, he would sit down with the wrestlers or he would watch some tape, see how they walk to the ring, see how they act, see how they react, and he would make the music based on that. Doesn't do
yeah,
that anymore. They don't do
like
it
that's the
anymore.
thing. I really wish AEW would like elevate their production game in terms of piping the music into the actual board rather than taking the arena audio for the music because Ruckus is amazing. Like that guy is
Yes.
a genius.
I talk about AEW doing that. I need GCW to just talking about audio issues in wrestling. I talk about, GCW needs to plug their mics into the board and not the music, because the music will get them taken down. Impact, same thing. Impact needs to work on a way to just fix their audio, period. And
it's like a massive issue in indies too. Like our local struggles with audio and sound, and it's not that hard. Like, I'll do it. Talk to me. I'll hook you up. I'll get you set up. You just need to pay the rental costs. Like,
there you go. Everyone talk to Tim. If you're in Toronto and you have a wrestling show to run, Tim's your guy. I agree. Yeah, I concur.
I'll do live event audio, and it will sound 10 times better than the crappy little speakers one of you bought when you were drunk.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, and I do put over Mikey Ruckus in that question and answer segment for Fightful Magazine. So keep an eye out when that comes out. I'm sure I'll be touting it more. Hopefully, I'll have a copy to show off on my own, because that'll be that was fun. I was really happy to do that. So Ciampa and Breaker win the match. Breaker, by the way, has a hell of a spear. Just gets Dolph speared out of his boots, which I liked. The match was fine. It was a good hot opening match.
Yeah,
nothing else I can add to it. LA Knight comes out. Yeah, only does that twice. And then he's like, hey, we're going to do last man standing, says Grayson Waller. So cool. That's the thing we said it was going to happen.
Yeah, and Grayson Waller, like, happy to accept, I guess. It's like, okay.
I mean, if that's going to be their blow off, I'll take it. Let LA Knight, it's probably going to be Grayson Waller win.
Yeah. Why is it happening next week, though?
Because I don't think it's not AEW, sorry. NXT is only good at doing 2-week builds.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Everything they do is a 2-week build, and we've talked about this before. So regardless, if that's the way that they're going to move LA Knight up to the main roster, let's do it. If this starts putting LA Knight on, but even on main event, just start touring him, start putting him on main event, do something with him that's not necessarily on NXT. It's time to move him up. Persia Parada, Indy Hartwell, they lose their opening women's Dusty Cup match to Dakota Kai, Wendy Chu. How do we feel? Were you shocked? Were you surprised?
Not super surprised, but it's just like, okay, so I guess we're gonna go with the Persia Indy feud.
I mean, listen, it's a 4-way there. It's Persia, Indy, Drake, and Duke.
Well, I guess Duke's got nothing to do, so he will need to be pulled in here. All right.
Yeah, he's pulling himself into Persia Parada, so it works.
Look, I'm just happy we get to see more Wendy Chu.
Yes, very very fun match. Now Dakota Kai, Wendy Chu are going to face off. Let's just move right towards the end of the show. Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade defeated Yulisa Leon and Valentina Frois. Now,
my God,
the match wasn't amazing.
What?
It had a couple of really fun spots.
Yeah, a couple of really spots. No, I thought the Valentina and I don't know, the Samba sisters, like they're very good.
Yeah, so listen,
I thought they looked better than Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez in that match. To me, like,
that's fair. Listen, if they're going to try and make those two a legitimate tag team, and not just like two women who came together just to work together, then I'm fine with having Valentina Frois and Yulisa Leon.
It sucks that they speak different languages and they're just shoehorning this culture into generally south of the border, but like, yeah, I don't know. They came off looking better than Raquel and Cora to me, because like the finish spot was like, but
yeah, the launching dive. I want to know how much of it was camera angle and how much of it was just they know how to launch each other, because I think they both have
shot. Like,
I think they both have gymnastics backgrounds as well, which makes that a little bit more understanding as to how they can get away with that launch and catch and release. It was good. Again,
it was good. Yeah.
So they lost the match. So Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu are going to face Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade. So two makeshift tag teams coming together. I like the idea that now we can tell the story of Dakota Kai facing Raquel Gonzalez, her former friend. Now Dakota's like, I have no friends, but Wendy Chu's kind of my friend, but also my tag partner. I don't know where we go from there, because I think Kai and Chu are going to win. And then Dakota. I think Raquel's going to turn on Cora, and then we got to do a women's #1 contendership match to get to Cora versus Mandy at TakeOver. Not TakeOver, but Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, Stand and Deliver. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Like, the one thing I didn't like from the Dakota and like Dakota Wendy win, like the cameraman told you it was going to be the end. Like, they had someone jump into the ring and film the finish spot in the corner, and it was just like, oh, this is the finishing spot, and it sure was.
Yeah, exactly, and that was it. Again, Good matches, stumpy brackets. I know how you feel. You love them. They're your favorite thing. And let's move
I
forward.
just get to the finish. So is that going to be at Stand and Deliver? The end of that? Do you think? No.
No, I
Before?
assume the four the final.
Yeah, the final will be just before, and then the match itself for the championship at
It'll
Stand
be
and
2
Deliver.
weeks before Stand and Deliver.
Oh my god, I hate it.
Well, hold on. Next week is the 9th and the 16th, 23rd. Okay, so we have how many weeks until the second? So we have 4 episodes of NXT to get there. That's a lot of time between the so basically 2 weeks until the semi, so the 16th, the 30th would be the final, and then the second would be the tag. Or no, they would have to do it sooner because they have to do the number 1 contendership match for the women. So it could be 3 weeks of matches. So next week would be the semis. The week after that, the 16th would be the final, and then the 23rd would be the number 1 contendership for the women's match. There you go. And that's how we get to the final.
Bleh.
Yeah, I know. It's they could do 1 match per show. That's true.
Yeah,
But they're not
smear out that stumpy bracket.
But they're not going to. Anyway, Amari Miller took on Lash Legend. The setup was fine. I mean, listen, Amari being like, hey, you didn't tag in, that's why you lost the match. And Lash Legend being like, you lost me that debut match. That's fine. That's perfectly normal reason.
Very wrestling. Yes, very wrestling.
Very wrestling.
And then someone who looks like you, and it's like, yeah, okay. Like, all right.
Unfortunately, so Lash Legend gets the win. Unfortunately, Amari Miller had to be stretchered off. No update right now. It looks like the finish of the match kind of knocked her out, or maybe knocked the wind out of her. It didn't look bad, but it did
look uncontrolled, which I
Yes.
thought was just the goal. I didn't even realize she was like shoot injured from that. But yeah,
we'll see. I mean, if she's injured, I hope that it's a very short injury. I hope it's a stinger. I hope it's nothing major for Amari Miller. She's been very likable. I like her.
I like her a lot more than Lash Legend.
Yep. And then Lash Legend called out Nikita Lyons because that's the memeable thing that they're going to do next, which I am so excited to see. It's going to be awful and fun.
Oh, can you just imagine the promos? I can't wait for emotionless, stiff-faced promos to go through. Like, I guess they're going to talk next week. We got the show.
Oh, good. Apparently,
good.
Miller's still on Twitter. She's okay. That's good. I like hearing that. Hey, if that's the way it is, good. Let's move on. They did Solo Sikoa. Oh, no. We're not going to talk about Sikoa versus Gunther yet. We got to talk about Briggs and Jensen and how Brooks Jensen, Tim, is a virgin.
Yeah, that's what we got out of that, eh?
That's the only
I was hoping they were looking at tractors. I knew it was going to be a vehicle of sorts, but tractors would have been funnier. But I guess pickup trucks are fine.
He's a virgin.
Yeah, he's a virgin. He owned himself there. Cell phone.
He's such a virgin.
Yeah.
Do you think Elektra Lopez is going to walk out with him now? Is that going to be the next story? Elektra Lopez is just like the woman who falls for every guy in NXT until her like stablemates come and pick her up and save her, or she saves herself by kicking them in the dick. What do we do?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who Elektra Lopez is. It's very confusing. Her on-screen character. And she's like also the only one out of all the divas whose Instagram is like just photos of her and her husband.
Oh, beautiful boss woman. And nobody knows what the character is other than that. She's never a damsel in distress.
Santos Escobar to Maine, probably. We'll see.
I just want that so bad. That's all I need in my life. Solo Sikoa versus Gunther, or if you talk to the announcers, they kept calling him Walter. It was a really, really good match, though. Those guys went ham. I mean, come on.
Slap the crap out of him. Good job, Gun.
I don't love Solo Sikoa getting his first loss, but if it's going to come to the hands of Gunther on his way to maybe challenging for the NXT Championship, I'll take it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But now what do we do with Sikoa? Do you move him up to Maine and put him with his brothers already?
I think they should. They might as well. Like, man, I don't know. They need people up there. Like,
they're just gonna they're gonna sit on it. That's just what
100% though. They'll fire him up and they'll make him lose on the way out like they do. It follows a formula that they seem to refuse to want to deviate from nowadays. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's true, but it's again the NXT 2 weeks out you get a match. I didn't maybe the placement was a little early. Maybe it was too soon to do Gunther and Solo Sikoa. Maybe Sikoa should have been on more of a run. Maybe Gunther should have established himself a little bit more single style. But at the same time, you want Gunther to be like the guy who, almost the prize fighter, the guy who wrestles when he has to wrestle.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for
100%.
yeah, like this match, I don't know. You could have built it maybe to stand and deliver and made it like a really big match between these two, but maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I guess Solo Sikoa's stock kind of reduced when they threw him against Boa, because like I know he didn't lose the match, but when he ate a fireball, I kind of saw him as losing that match. So I don't know.
That's fair. Anyway, let's move on. They announced the roadblock gimmick, blah blah blah.
Roadblock.
Roblox.
Is that? Yeah,
the game. That's
Yeah.
the game that people were playing.
The
Anyway,
children.
Draco Anthony, you defeated Draco Anthony.
Yeah,
you beat the shit out of him.
Good. Slammed his ass to the ground. I don't know what he did. He didn't do nothing wrong. Gave him a big hug at the end.
You did. It was very nice.
Hugged it
Heartwarming. And then I just sat there at ringside and waited for you. 2 minutes.
Yeah, it feels like I'm doing all the wrestling these days.
Yes, that's what you get.
Despite being less good at it. I don't know what's going on.
This is what you do. We already talked about the Raquel and Cora Jade match. Let's talk about Andre Chase and Van Wagner. First of all, they listened to you. They got him some new gear. They made him look better.
They got him some new gear, and Dump Ass is gone. So that's good. But now it draws the eye to his knee to ankle region.
That's perfect for NXT. And when you're watching the show, that's all the fans. It's all knees and ankles.
They're so tiny, and he's a big man. And if you want to make him, he needs baggier pants. But
does he needs those like the Kevin Nash pants?
Yeah, exactly. Like treat him like Kevin Nash. He's got a Kevin Nash frame. He's got little legs, and he's got the tight boots. So it doesn't. I don't know.
I got these
no shin guards. He's got no shin guards or anything, like, because he's not a kicker, right? So
he could be. If Robert Stone had any stones, he would teach him how to kick better.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not working. It's not working for me. He's narrow. It's better. Like I said, the Dump Ass is gone, but.
Hey man, listen, if they make Von Wagner a sex symbol, I'm all for it.
I don't think they can. I don't think that's possible.
I think that's what they do now. Put him in a suit, put him in really tight, revealing clothes, and get that forehead is going to be like, it's going to inspire a generation of like sexual awakening. No? Okay.
Man, whoever played the what was that ad? The insurance ad with the caveman. That guy's going to get a big bump from this.
Amazing. Hey Ricardo, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, boys. Hope your Wednesday goes great. So far so good. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone in the chat's doing well. If you guys want to donate a super chat just like Ricardo, we encourage it. We're talking about a little bit of NXT, then we'll talk about some Raw, and we'll talk about the big TK announcement, whatever that might be.
Big
main event, Pete Dunne and Carmelo Hayes for the North American Championship. What did you think of this match? Did you enjoy yourself?
Holy hell, Carmelo Hayes is good.
Right?
He's so good. It's
had the
absurd
right guy
how good he is.
Too.
Yeah.
Just a really solid match, a good main event match, not the typical BS overbooked main event from NXT, minus the part with Trick getting involved. Didn't really need that, but overall, Trick's always going to get involved. I liked it. I liked the match. By the end of it, the way that they told the story and the way that they went to that finish, it worked for me. Yeah. Especially going off top just to get to Mello hitting that top rope leg drop, which is nuts. He's gonna so at Stand and Deliver, they announced that they're gonna do a ladder match. Mello's gonna hit that stupid crazy ass leg drop from the top of a ladder.
Oh, his poor butt.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. But people are gonna yell, people are gonna chant holy shit, and you know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're gonna be all for it. So after the show, after the match, they grab the microphone and they congratulate themselves, and then they're like, hey, I'm gonna do this match, or I'm gonna defend this title in the same match that brought it into whatever acknowledgement. But while he's saying that, his music goes off and he thinks he's being like either tugged off or
what?
Sorry, yeah, right. Sorry, audio. He's either being whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. My camera's freaking out here. I just
Yeah, your camera went nuts. This is good
oh
times. This is good audio.
it's
That's
good
fine.
audio.
It's great audio. So anyway, listen, it was a pretty good episode of NXT. I think there was some stuff. If you're someone who wants to go back and watch it, there are some moments to take a look for and to watch out for. That main event is one of them. The Gunther match is the other one, and the opener. So right there you go. The beginning, the middle, and the end literally were the best parts of the show.
Yeah, 100%. Because in between you got Nikita Lyons is there, but she doesn't wrestle, and that means it's not good.
She's doing that keep the same energy BS with
keep the same
Legend
energy. Yeah, if she had any energy, it might have played well, but I didn't even pick up on that because it had no energy.
Yep, exactly. Well, my energy is behind you guys and girls and friends leaving a thumbs up on this video. Go ahead.
Thumb it.
Thumb up. And subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked because we're dropping content every day. Tim, let's talk about Raw real quick. We don't have to go through everything.
We don't?
Let's talk.
Lots of stuff. It's a big Raw. Big things happened.
Okay, fine. Start us off. What did you like from Raw that you want to start with?
Opening segment was fun.
You like the KO show with Seth and KO doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
And then the shush off, and then he's just like, no, and then he standard him. It's great.
I did like that. It really just it built well. I love what they're doing with Alpha Academy with Otis and Gable. Gable continues to be the best.
He is so good. He picked up a corny gimmick and eventually found a way to run with it. So it's really nice.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. They're still doing the Texas thing, where KO is making fun of Texas.
This is such a keeping our options open thing. Like it's so transparent what they're doing.
Did you see? So JBL has now jumped into the frame on socials and cut a promo on KO.
Backup
and I'm sitting
plan.
I hope to God that's not the backup plan because that is an awful plan.
You just keep an eye out. If KO starts doing big clotheslines, then you know it's coming.
Oh, he starts So here's the thing about that. Last time that happened, everyone thought that KO was leaving WWE and going to AEW. KO will absolutely troll the people who think they know.
That's true. Fair. So he might do that.
I think he's going to start doing it, and he'll start hedging. He'll start like doing like a KO 316 or something like that. He'll start wearing that to the ring, and then do a clothesline from hell. Maybe he can do the JBL dance.
What is the JBL dance? I don't remember JBL ever expressing joy.
He did a dance whenever he would come out on commentary. He did a dance. It was kind of like that, and then like a lot of foot movement. You can find it, I'm sure, on the internet. It's somewhere.
I'm already picturing it. I think I know what it is. It's every dumbass with a cowboy hat.
Yeah, there you go. It's everything except pulling out a rifle and shooting it into the air.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yosemite Sam.
So it leads into a non-title match between Alpha Academy and KO and Seth Rollins. Again, really, really good match. A good opening first segment of Raw. And then they did the stunner into the stomp finish. I love it.
And Gable oh man, he ate that stomp so well. It's so good. Even Gable's so good. He should be on WrestleMania. Please let him be on WrestleMania.
We're gonna find out soon enough once they figure out if they've got a Stone Cold Steve Austin in their camp or not. Yeah. I do like that Gable just crumbles with the stunner instead of jumps up and does the rock sell. No, he just he crumbles so that he can take the stomp. That was perfect. I was really, really enjoying that. So it was a really fun match. Excited for that.
That was sick. I really enjoyed like I said, great wrestling to open it. So like woo, boom, big open, big wrestle. It's like, okay, Raw might be okay today. We'll see.
T-Bar versus Omos. Not huge on that.
Domos.
Domos
is what I'm going to call him.
JBL would do the Texas two-step. That's exactly what it was. Thank you. Omos and T-Bar, I got to see it again. I want them to do like, remember when T-Bar and, oh my God, who was it? T-Bar and someone Damian Priest had a series of matches.
Yeah,
because Damian Priest got himself disqualified and like beat the shit out of T-Bar. I want to see that again, where it just turns into a no DQ crazy ass match between Omos.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Like, clearly they've got something for T-Bar. I guess he's the tyrant. He's got some slightly altered gear. I really hate this. Like, they haven't even been able to start the match, even though they're both in the ring. It's they keep doing that like a lot lately, and I that must be so confusing for the people in the audience. Like, Like anyone live is just like, what the hell is going on?
Well, there was no bell because
Yeah.
Omos got out of the ring and like attacked T-Bar going into the match. And then I like that at least the referee was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And T-Bar's like, "Give me a minute," because it's a fight, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
T-Bar's like, "You got to give me a sec, and then I'll be good." So again, it's probably one of the better,
It was.
better options.
It was better than what they've done recently. Like, but it's still like the last one I think was Aaliyah and Natty. Maybe
Oh
that was just
yeah,
like ridiculous.
kick to the stomach, Natty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want T-Bar to be more than like a second tier gatekeeper. I want
I mean,
something
he's
more
so
than that.
good. Like, it's not right. It's not right.
No, I'm next. I'm up
Okay,
for something
Santos
next.
Escobar will come up and replace him for that role.
No.
Oh wait, sorry. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa first, then Santos Escobar.
God, could you imagine? Who's it going to be? Lynch, Doudrop, Nikki ASH team up, which is like so weird to see Nikki trying to be this like delusional heel who's still looking like a babyface, taking on Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Sure, whatever. It's a match that happens. It's not a bad match. It's just all leading to that hair whip.
Yeah, it was clearly just a setup for that, which was like you could like see them thinking about it. The first audio was ridiculous, and someone, it might have been Corey, was like, sounded like a kendo stick, and I was like, yeah, because you sampled a kendo stick. Like that's what it was.
No, it wasn't. So it was legitimately, that was the sound. That was the hair whip. There was no.
Did it hit the mic?
Whatever it was, it picked it up.
Something got screwed up on the first audio, because it was like that first strike sounded way different from the next two. So
they have those directional mics, like, you know, the parabolic mics that the NFL and other sports uses, that has the microphone and the big ass shield around it.
The ones
to
overhead, so that's like the voice of God, whatever.
Yeah, well, no, not just those, but like the ones that are like on the field, and you just kind of point them wherever you want just to get the immediate direction in front of you. They have those mics. They use those mics. So I don't know if they had that moving around or they were late to it, either way.
It sounded
where
like
they
something broke up, that first one, and there was a camera focused right in on it at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it was a shotgun that was just, the game was up too high.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that the idea is Becky Lynch, Doudrop, and Nikki Ash are all like Celtic people.
Oh, it was very funny because like Doudrop saying 6-woman tag sounded like sex woman tag, and it was just like, okay.
I want those three to promo every week so that it's gonna be good to like watch them try and get through a promo, just the 6 of them. Oh my god, our friend Issa is here with a huge announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement is today is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday,
and
which means it is announcement day, the
by the
only
way,
day for which there will be announcements.
So shout out to All Ego Ethan Page, who was apparently also making a quote unquote huge announcement in his vlog. If someone wants to go and click on that video for him real quick and tell me what the announcement is, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a NFT and I'm going to lose my shit. Anytime a wrestler tells me they have a big announcement from now on and they're already signed somewhere, I'm assuming it's an NFT.
What he should do is take some screen caps from his Sayonara match in Impact, because that is the most NFT like visual he's ever put together.
He hated that match because it got re-edited.
I know, it's hilarious. Stupid concept equals stupid product. I don't care that it was edited. It was a stupid concept.
Fair. Belair, Ripley, and Morgan win their match, going back to the sex woman tag. I can't do
sex woman tag.
Yeah,
not the first mention of sex on the PG program.
Oh my god.
Or not the only, sorry.
What are we up to next? Tommaso Ciampa, Robert Roode have a match. Ciampa wins. I like that. It's perfect. Oh my god, he's moving to America. That's all that is.
Living in America.
He's got a contract. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
I love you.
I don't care where the man lives.
I don't care where you're living. Oh, thank you, Steven. Thank you for telling us what that was, because it was just on my mind all day. Ciampa beats Robert Roode. That match happened. That's fine.
New shitty music.
And then they beat him down, and yeah, they're going into the tag match that we already talked about that happened last night on NXT. 24/7 time. Please, Tim, I want all your thoughts on this 24/7 segment. Please tell me everything.
I'm sad the belt exists at all, but if it must, this is fine, I guess. Look, this is one of the better ways Tozawa has been portrayed.
Oh no,
because it used to be worse.
It's true. He's still a ninja,
and like he's good at big stage comedy acting. His facial expressions were on point for a child's entertainment product. So it's
Tozawa and
fine.
Tamina.
It is fine. Like, love is in the air.
I mean, everybody. Listen, everybody's getting together and having the sex. Tozawa and Tamina make out after the match, not before Reggie and Dana Brooke make out, because Dana Brooke now loves Reggie after we said that it would happen, and they're going to fall in love because all women fall in love with the wrestlers.
I think they're just going to go all the way back to them getting engaged, and then at the wedding ceremony, schoolboy.
I'll do you one better.
Oh, God.
I think they're going to do a double engagement and a double marriage. Tozawa and Tamina and Reggie and Dana Brooke under and the wedding is like no 24/7 rules until the preacher or the person of the officiant says you may now kiss the bride, and then there's some sort of weird 4-way double pin.
The officiant is definitely also a referee who then rips off his shirt.
Better than that, the officiant wins the 24/7 championship. He's not the referee. There's another referee, but the officiant wins the 24/7 title.
Better concept. Spin it into yet another promotion for Corey and Carmella. Corey and Carmella get involved. Corey Graves, newly allowed to compete, gets the 24/7 title in the end. Three-way marriage. That's renewal of vows marriage combo.
That stupid YouTube show. No, they're not married. They're engaged.
There you go.
That stupid YouTube show is just a convoy for him to have his first match back. I guarantee you. By the way, if you want to get a review of the show, Lily, Josh and Lily are on this channel too. The three of us did a review of the first 2 episodes of Corey and Carmella, and we were very honest about the show. And then we're going to do the last 3 episodes. We'll do it live on Twitch. We'll talk about it. And then I'm going to upload it all to Overbooked, talking about the last 3 episodes of Corey and Carmella. The show is not good at all.
I'm not they're putting mad effort into promoting this YouTube show as well, which is very strange to me.
I think they can sell something to a network on this, but they're 8-minute episodes, Tim. If they try to stretch those 8-minute episodes out into full length 32 to 45-minute episodes, because commercials, they can't do it. It's awful. It's so bad.
Maybe it is just all a 24/7 pathway to get Corey back in the ring. That's what all of this is. It happens at WrestleMania, 3-way wedding. You'll have more content for So Bad It's Good because yet another wedding. So
Carney Joseph has watched the show. He knows exactly this. Keep your dildos by your cheese graters. You have to watch it.
Make sure you've had the coffee before you reach for either one.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so we've been watching Carmella and Corey, but oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. Let's move on. Please, let's move on.
We'll come back to it later. So
Ray and Dominic take on Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, but not before we have to sit through a Miz promo that was absolutely just dog shit. I don't even want to talk about it.
He just he hit all the hits. He did the hand goes up, mouth goes shut. He just kind of waffled. He circled around a very boring topic to sell this largely boring match.
It was just, that's all that was. I got nothing to add other than Logan Paul, noted NFT pervert. Sorry, NFT pioneer. I misread my own notes. That's it. There we go. Ray Dominic, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander happen. Shelton and Cedric win because the Miz gets in the way. Sure, why not?
Dominic has no. Did he get worse? Did I hit my camera again? I did.
You absolutely did.
Yeah, the power is getting funky. Yeah. Did Dominic get worse? Like he was just like tippy tapping. Like when he was ramping up speed for his terrible tope, he went to one rope and then he did a slow, awkward jog to the other one. Then he hit that rope really hard. Then he did a slow, awkward jog, and then he just jumped through the ropes really poorly. Like what is he even doing?
I got nothing. I don't even have anything to add about those two.
It's very very frustrating.
Needs some work. Riddle and Randy, and of course, Riddle puts the high in Ohio because he smokes the marijuana. And if he has any sage advice, Randy Orton said win, and that's it.
Yeah, that's good. And they didn't.
And
I
then
think they were
didn't.
supposed to, perhaps, but they did not.
Sure, why not? I have here we go. This is important. Zelina Vega told Carmella that she watched the debut of that show and there's a lot of sex talk. And Carmella says if they talk a lot about sex, they should see how they celebrate.
Yeah, because they're making an allusion to her again, very transparent promotion for the TV show, referring to the Lita and Edge thing in an interview. Like
Did you know?
it's all so phony and so obviously phony that it is very frustrating. And what's more frustrating is that they're talking about sex on the PG program and they're willing to break through and complicate that rating a little bit for something this terrible, but won't do it, to make the show better. Very frustrating.
Listen, at the end of the day, Corey and Carmella have a YouTube show and it's awful. So let's move on to the Street Profits and RK Bro. This match did not finish the way it was supposed to because Montez Ford seemed to have knocked out Randy Orton.
He screwed up his shoulder or his pec or something because he was like in a lot of pain, it looked like.
He was winded. Apparently, he called the finish. Randy just said, I can't move, basically. He's fine, according to reports.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just one of those like shit happens. It's not ballet sassafras moments. And so whatever, that's fine. Listen, Street Profits got the win. And by the way, it's hilarious.
Got the win, but did a terrible job covering.
I think they were just as concerned.
Yeah, I know, but
actually, they did one thing good, and that was when they the moment where they had Randy trying to put his feet on the ropes. They had Dawkins try to move his foot from getting to the ropes. That was good. That was a good cover for the finish of the match. I think they both kind of knew that there was an audible being called, and as a result, that was good.
That was good. And then them having the forethought to at least like kind of celebrate was good, but it was just like the entire time Dawkins is just doing this. And it's like, just save it. Like, he's okay.
Yeah, but you don't know in the moment. It's
no. I think it was just terror because if you're going to hurt someone, like Randy Orton ain't the one.
Yeah, exactly. But no, apparently no heat. That's fine. It's all good. Just it ain't ballet sassafras. And other than that, I mean, I got to give it to our friend Cameron Hawkins, who made a point of saying like, we're all black competitors on Raw winning matches tonight. And then he said that right before this match, and everyone was like, no, sir, they're about to lose it. And what happens next? Street Profits win. So technically Cam gets it right. It's good. It's very fun. Anyway, let's move forward. They got Austin Theory sitting with Vince McMahon. I like this promo. Austin Theory got the most off on this. It was good.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
I mean, I thought it was interesting. It's telegraphing where things might go.
100%.
It is. I don't know. It's weird to me that Vince McMahon is so comfortable with him being a ridiculous man baby. And the reference to slapping those papers out of the hands is like, you're an asshole. Like, you're such a massive asshole. And I would love to watch Pat McAfee beat your old ass. But like, anyway, I guess that's fine. So like he's going to get into a fight with Pat McAfee. It's going to end up with Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Like, okay.
With Vince McMahon as the special guest referee.
No, sitting at ringside, perhaps.
So I have a bit of a theory. Pardon the pun. WrestleMania 26, they did Brett versus Vince, and because Brett couldn't go, they had like the entire Hart family get involved in some way. They like stacked the deck so that Brett could have a couple of spots and lose, and make Vince look good. Basically, make Brett look good by having Vince do things. Regardless, I think they'll do this again, but this time it'll be them trying to make Vince look good by having Pat McAfee. Having Vince stack the deck against Pat, and then Pat maybe overcomes it somehow, pins Austin Theory at the end. It'll be something similar to that.
Yeah,
I'll be watching that interview.
And you can clip the relevant 5 minutes from me and you send it over. Yeah,
pretty much. Like let's just beat up the old guy. 76-year-old Vince, he can do it. It's fine.
Please.
Either way, I'm looking forward to the interview tomorrow with Pat McAfee. I'm sure it'll set up something interesting. I don't expect anything major, groundbreaking announcement to happen out of it. That's what we're doing tonight with AEW Dynamite.
Earth-shattering announcement.
Earth-shattering, huge announcements. First of all, let's talk about. I'm being told that I watched the bump. I actually missed the bump this week. I was working on other stuff. Damian Priest, Finn Balor for the U.S. Championship. I actually enjoyed the match. The finish shocked me. The turn did not shock me.
Yeah. I agree with all of that.
The timing of the turn in relation to the how in relation to how the rest of the show goes, that's what shocked me. I wish we
The
had done it earlier in
content
the show.
of the turn also shocked me because it was just like, what?
You people,
Shut the hell up. This is dumb. Why is this
You
so
people.
dumb? Also,
You
no one's
people.
like, Finn's not been around. It's so bad. Last time we saw him, he lost to Austin Theory. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Regardless, Balor wins. I'm fine with it. They'll turn this into the Demon versus Damian at WrestleMania, and Balor will do the face paint, probably win, and then hopefully Damian Priest moves up and does something else. No? You don't
he'll
like that?
probably end up jobbing.
Oh, he's going to be the new gatekeeper.
Yeah, he can replace T-Bar.
T-Bar gets his shot at the dark now. He's going to get his shot at the titles.
Yeah.
Good for him. I'm happy. And then they do the segment.
Segment. Yeah. No match.
Edge comes out.
He's wearing an Amon Amarth shirt. Big ups. Good Viking metal band.
Big heel band. And he says, what happened to this place? That was the moment where I said, oh, we're turning Edge tonight. And I know that sounds like ridiculous.
It's just what Edge does is like, I'm gonna hit people with chairs and be a bad man now.
He kicked him in the dick, Tim.
Yeah, because that's what you get when you envision a dream match for WrestleMania. All you are going to be given with AJ Styles with that is AJ Styles getting kicked in the peen. That's all it's going to be. So expect another long-running feud, maybe another revisit of the same match at WrestleMania Backlash where there's no dick kicking.
I think WrestleMania Backlash will be the coronation of a new WWE champion after Roman Reigns discards the WWE championship.
Featuring AJ Styles and Edge in the match who kick each other in the crotch repeatedly.
Edge won't be in the match. AJ Styles will be in the match. Cody will be in the match. Maybe Damian Priest will be in the match. It'll be a little bit mixed, but it'll be at least 4, maybe 5 or 6 people in the match. And no Brock Lesnar. Maybe a returning Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
Either way, I liked the segment. I liked the turn. I liked the concerto. I liked everything that's going on for AJ and Edge. I don't like the timing. Just because they just turned Priest in the segment before it.
Well, and I mean, like, okay, so what am I supposed to think of Edge at the end of this? I think that he's a coward, I guess, because he doesn't want to face AJ at full capacity.
No, that's like, another show.
Like, why do they need to? Why can't it just be you wanted this? Let's give it to you. But whatever. I guess, wrestling.
Ricardo with the super chat saying, you think AJ would learn to wear a cup at this point?
You'd think. Like,
he would. His entire programs are based on Rochambeau contests.
I don't know. You'd think he would work on his testicular fortitude like those monks. Like, just, with the logs. Yeah.
And so the back-to-back heel turns are really what people are taking umbrage with. And I understand that because I agree with it. We could have done the Priest turn earlier in the night or next week. We could have done this differently. Edge is going to come out next week and he's not going to cut a You People promo, but he's certainly going to cut a Back in My Day promo. He's going to be the old man upset with the world. Wrestling is different, yada, 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 no respect. Other than that, I do like that Edge basically says to AJ Styles, I don't want the little bitch boy who's been with Omos. I want the Pitbull. I like that.
Yeah. It's good.
It was good.
It's a good line.
Again, looking forward, Road to WrestleMania is usually a good time of year to watch the product. If you're wanting to at least try and get back into it, this is the time of year where they put a little bit more effort into it, whatever that may mean for you. Give it a shot.
It just means putting in a little bit of effort.
In some cases it does.
As opposed to no effort at all.
Wrestling is subjective. Wrestling is stupid. This is how we kind of operate here on the show. But you guys aren't stupid, and we appreciate you hanging out with us every week. Let's talk about AEW. Let's talk about the main events.
Big hug announcement.
Big hugging announcement. First, before we get to the big hugging announcement, we've got a 6-man tag as Adam Page and Silver and Reynolds team up to take on Adam Cole, Bay and Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Now, if I'm AEW, I open up with that match so that Bobby Fish can easily get to bed before a certain hour, because I know it's past his bedtime at that point. But other than that, what do you expect? What would you want out of this match?
Jonathan Hungry. That's all I want. I just want him to get all of the shine. I love him so much.
I kind of want to see Red Dragon beat the shit out of Dark Order and win this match, and don't even have
Yeah.
Adam Cole and Adam Page touch. Just
That would
make
be
that the
great.
focus.
You could do just like the corner isolation type thing, keep them away from them, like make it a whole like it's like tease the hot tag but never give it. I think that would be exciting.
Yeah, the announcement is Madcap Moss going to AEW. That is it. Absolutely.
Future TNT champion Madcap Moss.
Future TNT champion Madcap Moss. See, everyone understands that Madcap Moss is in fact the guy that you want on your program.
Oh no. Squatch.
Anyway, let's go back to it. The tag team casino battle royale, I only have to assume that it's going to be the Bucks. And if it's not the Bucks, then what are we doing here?
Also, yeah, isn't this the like second chance? Is it the same people in it? Is there a graphic yet?
It's the same people. I haven't seen a graphic saying otherwise. It's a casino battle royale, so they're gonna do the whole like the clubs come out, the aces come out, the hearts come out, and the spades come out. That'll happen, but I don't know what the order is or who's in it. It's just it exists. That's it. I got nothing else. Maybe there are new teams. I doubt it. I just don't see them doing any new teams here.
Something tells me it's the same teams with maybe 2 new teams. Like that's it.
Call it a second chance battle royale.
Yeah, exactly. Like leftovers. Like I don't.
Or maybe, I don't know, it could have been that you split the teams that you put in the first battle royal and put them in a separate battle royal for weeks 1 and 2.
That's legitimately what I thought it was. Like
same here. They put Bear Country in there. Everyone suddenly loves Bear Country again. I don't know what happened that suddenly they're just big.
The bear masks.
They're great. Like they're fine. Yeah. And then finally on the docket is the big announcement. Let's get to the big announcement.
No, there was another match. There's a Britt Baker match.
Oh, there's a tag match. You're right. Yeah. Britt Baker.
That was the huge announcement. We don't need to talk about the huge because that's what it was. It was announced today. So that's the huge announcement.
True. Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker team up to take on Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa. I'm going to enjoy this match. That's it.
Yeah, it sounds really good. It's awesome. I want to see Jamie Hayter.
By the way, top flight in the casino battle royal. I'd love to see it. I know it's been talked about. It's about time. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So that women's tag I'm excited for. I love all 4 women in this match. I'm going to enjoy it, especially if I get to see Mercedes Martinez and Jamie Hayter set up a match for the buy-in at the Revolution pay-per-view.
And then we'll be at odds. It'll be great. I'll be team Hayter. You'll be team Mercedes. It's good.
I will always be team Mercedes. Okay. So Tony Khan has an announcement. It's an announcement about an announcement about an announcement about an announcement because he made this announcement like 2 weeks ago, and he's
he announced the announcement 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes. It started as a 2-week ago announcement. What are we doing? People are saying it's going to be a streaming deal with HBO, but is that really like a TK comes out? And by the way, TK himself is supposed to be coming out to make this announcement.
Yes, yeah, we get to see Mr. Khan.
Is this a big enough announcement that you announce a streaming deal going into your pay-per-view? Is that big enough for you?
That just feels like something you'd reveal at like a post show conference or something. Like
yes, it's something you release by the way, it is TK. It's been announced that it will be.
He said it was. Yeah, he explicitly said he's going to announce it personally on Dynamite.
Yeah, so it's not a question. It's a spoiler. Anyway, it is something that Warner Media would release if Tony was doing the streaming service.
Okay, Evan's got a good point. Like if the pay-per-view is then on the streaming service, that makes sense to me to announce it on the TV show.
But then you spent 2 weeks trying to set that up.
He does. I think he hypes things. And he's acknowledged this. I think that he does overhype some stuff. Like he gets too excited, like the little dork man he is, the little billionaire son he is, and he gets all hyped up on energy drinks or whatever. Energy drinks. And he runs his mouth. So
God, I don't know what it could be. It could
be just that the Ring of Honor tape thing. I don't know where that landed, so that could be a potential, which would be a big announcement. That would be awesome. Like
Ring of Honor, by the way, are running a wonderful looking Supercard of Honor the Friday of WrestleMania in Dallas, and I'm excited for that show. And if that's the way the Ring of Honor wants to run moving forward, without exclusive contracts, similar to maybe the indie style, the higher indie like GCW, if that's the way they want to run, I'm all for it. That's the way that I could get behind it. I don't think Tony buying Ring of Honor, period, end of sentence, is a good idea.
Wasn't it the tape library, not the promotion?
I don't know, but that's your bit crusher. There was talk about him buying. There was talk about him doing a tape acquisition, and I did see that Andrew Zarian had mentioned that he's acquired an international promotions tape library. Who's tape? Like what? DDT Pro, Choco Pro? Who's he got?
Like that's the thing. If it ends up being like the American licensing rights to New Japan Wrestling, like I don't care. Like that's not interesting to me. That is a very back office business announcement. Like
it is, and that's the thing. If you're going to announce it on TV, it's got to be a bigger. It's got to be a big announcement for the fans watching, including not newer, but just fans who aren't like
that's what I mean.
For a
like
streaming service.
Exactly. The people who aren't all in on this. Like it needs to, if you're going to announce an announcement and advertise the announcement, it should be both interesting to lay people and diehards. Like,
so maybe people have talked about doing a massive show.
And people keep talking about the larger audience care about New Japan. Like, no, a lot of Americans don't. Like, a lot of people do, yes, but like,
I think a lot of the internet watching audience that TK likes to
absolutely
to
like
not adhere to, but he likes to cater to. I think they'll be into it. But I don't think that the larger fan base at heart is going to be super into, oh, they acquired a New Japan English tape library.
Yeah, and like, look, if that's the case, if that really is the case, and like everybody who watches AEW is a huge New Japan fan, then they're screwed. Like they will never be a legitimate competitor to WWE because they're too inside baseball and they're never going to get like broad appeal. So I don't
think that they see themselves as direct competitors in that way. I think they see themselves more of an alternative, and that's fine because they don't see WWE as like the wrestling that AEW wants to be. And that's understandable. And I get that. And I support that. I want alternatives. I don't want competition that just feeds the same product.
Yeah, and I get that. Like
and I disagree with the idea that they're a legitimate competitor to WWE because they are apples and oranges in terms of product, and they are apples and oranges in terms of how much their valuations are.
Yeah, and I really to be clear, I prefer AEW of the two in terms of like the wrestling that I'm watching. They are very different. I didn't quite see it before. I see it now. But like, yeah, they do lean on all this New Japan stuff. And like, here's the thing, I don't know it and I don't care to know it. Like, and I like if they really focus on drawing on storylines from New Japan, I'm going to tune out more. Like that's because it's just I'm not interested in learning the entire collective history of yet another wrestling promotion that's been around for ages. Like I think it's really important that when you put on a program, if you want to attract a mass appeal audience, you need to make it consumable for people just walking in. Like it can't just be, and WWE is good at this to the point where it's annoying for someone who watches it every single week, but that's why I watch it after the fact. I just skip the recaps.
Right. And that's why it's comments like that make me not give a shit about ratings talk because most of us are just watching either after the fact or we're watching on a streaming service or watching on we're not paying attention the same way. Like it's not the same. I don't know what else this thing could be. A super show would do it for me, especially announcing a super show in front of a crowd. When you run said super show, no idea. It couldn't be WrestleMania weekend. It just couldn't be. There's too short of a timeline. There's also too much going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like here's the thing, if you want to start leaning more heavily on like these relationships with New Japan, you can start bringing in more of their wrestlers and show recap. Like if you have a working relationship with them and you can actually show video from New Japan, that's a huge deal because then you can catch me up on the program, which I would much appreciate, and then I would actually care. Like if it's on me to figure out who the hell Jay White is, I don't care about who Jay White is. Like you need to show me who Jay White is, but you can't because you don't have the right to. So that's frustrating to me when they do stuff like that. So it needs to be something that either makes that stuff more exciting by getting the licensing rights to show it in the US and Canada. Like, we'll see.
So the way you piggyback off of this is you announce it's a double whammy. You announce a streaming deal with someone like HBO Max, which to us doesn't matter because we're Canadian, but you announce a streaming deal with HBO Max. You say we're moving all of our major programming onto that platform, or you're doing day after streaming for Dynamite and Rampage, and the pay-per-views are on HBO Max, and we're bringing more original content to this platform.
Yeah.
Because that's what needs to be done from there. And I'm not talking original wrestling content. I'm not saying you bring dark elevation on that, but you bring some sort of documentary series, you bring some sort of series that isn't Roads to the Top. You bring that onto HBO Max and you make it all about you can do a history of AEW leading up to the creation of AEW. Something like that. You can do different forms of documentary and storytelling on a platform, and then you've got a double whammy.
You can aggregate all the vlogs.
That's fine. You can aggregate, your weekend vlogs for AEW. It's everyone's watching BTE, Sammy's vlog, and Ali's vlog. Oh, and the taco vlog, and all Ego Ethan Page's vlog. Basically, all of the vlogs together. I don't hate it. The idea of doing HBO Max works, but you have to make the announcement: we're doing a new streaming and we're giving you content. Is the content the content announcement is what makes it important to do it on Dynamite, in my opinion.
Exactly. And like you said, it cannot be dark elevation, because then if you're taking content away from YouTube, like that's actively like a piss off for people. It's not a good thing. It's not exciting. It's frustrating. So
yeah, and it just needs to be that they've built something that's big enough, or they're just going to bring out a wrestler and be like, here's the big surprise, we signed Adam Scherr to a deal. He's big.
Bray Wyatt would do it, but that would be such a stupid, awful way to introduce Bray Wyatt.
He's gonna make movies for us now.
Yeah, unless that's what happens, then yeah. But God, I don't need the film division of AEW.
AEW films. It'll go over great. Either
way.
Oh
no, God, they'd all star Dustin. They'd be so bad.
They'll all star what's his name? Ryan Nemeth.
Well, okay, if Ryan Nemeth is the star, then I'm into it. I very much liked his art house stuff, but like Dustin did the Copper or whatever what was it? What was his crappy movie? Copper Bill or something?
Yeah. And Ricardo, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the ones that you've been sending all throughout the show. I appreciate you. He says, this sounds like a good time to buy ROH's library. I'm fine with them entering into some sort of content partnership. I just don't want him buying Ring of Honor, because I don't think there's no case for it. There's no reason for it.
If anything, you'd be softening your own brand, right? By continuing to run another promotion. If you buy Ring of Honor and shelve it,
but they've already got plans.
What are you doing? Like, what's that?
They've already got plans to run not only Super Show or Supercard, but then they're going to do a TV taping like a week later in Philly.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know what would be the play here.
And I understand buying the library isn't buying the promotion. I understand that, but it's also a step towards doing that, because without your library, what are you?
Yeah, because that severely like weakens Ring of Honor's future monetization potential. Like I know it's for sale. Like, okay, so the library's for sale. There's been no talk of the promotion being for sale, right?
There was a whole report on Select. I encourage everyone to go to FightfulSelect.com, and Sean had reported a whole idea of what the valuation looked like, including someone pitching a wrestling fan who was independently wealthy pitching to purchase the promotion. There were numbers tossed around 30 million, and there were other numbers as well.
That's not
the valuation is high. The valuation is pretty high.
Yeah, like that's, if someone's willing to pay 30 million for Ring of Honor, whoever owns Ring of Honor should take it.
Yeah. So I encourage everyone to go to Fightful Select if you haven't already read it. It's a very fascinating article about Ring of Honor wanting to continue to run. It's just a question of whether or not they're going to run as the Ring of Honor now. Again, reminding ourselves that Sinclair owns the 30 million for half of the company.
Half?
Right.
For half? Oh my God, sell it.
Or $60 million valuation. So we got to remember that as we kind of wrap up here, we have to remember that Sinclair still has tons of money. That's going to pop me in a minute. They have tons of money. And while they may not directly support the program as good as they could, they still have tons of money that they give up to Ring of Honor to operate. So I don't know if selling the company is the play that they want to make, but what if the announcement is that TK is announcing Tyrus? Thank you for the super chat, Ricardo.
That would be so funny if it was just like he was trying to get someone else and just had to end up with Tyrus. So like he made the announcement, dug his own grave, and was just, I need someone. Who can I get fast?
And then he's got to backtrack.
It's just Tyrus.
And explain it. It's Tyrus.
Oh,
Oh my
woof.
god.
Yeah, this,
I,
it's exciting, this announcement, because I don't know what it is. I really don't. Like, there was the rumors of the Ring of Honor stuff. It's such a curious decision if that's the one.
yeah.
So
It will absolutely create more discourse
yeah,
because it's either going to be big enough or not big enough. And there's literally no in between. No one will be fully satisfied by this decision. And that's understandable. That's wrestling. Wrestling, again, it's subjective. Your opinions are completely okay as long as you're not a dick about it. But I look forward to it. Unfortunately, the discourse this creates also means that he's going to keep doing this stupid announcement about announcement about
if it
announcement about
works, it
announcements.
works, bud. You can't knock the hustle. Like, that's the
Okay.
thing. All I hope for is that when it's announced, I understand what it means. Because there's a non-zero chance that it's just going to be something that is so like wrestling nerd that I'm just like, okay.
All right, I have to go sit in on an AEW media call. I want to end with this. Our friend Mod Mike, he sends a very nice super chat. Just a thank you for all the fantastic content and helping me get through this pandemic when my mental health was an all-time low. Much respect. Mike, you friggin' rule. We appreciate you. There is so much cool stuff that we can thank Mike for, including when he was modding our old channel. I got to mod him on this channel. I keep saying it. I got to mod him on this channel. And also our Discord, our Tim and Joel Discord that we are currently going to talk about bringing back or redoing, making it bigger. Revitalizing. That's the word. He's going to make announcements, that TK. I get it. I appreciate that it brings the discourse.
I find it funny because then we can riff on announcements upon announcements upon announcements. You just better believe that we don't make fun of them.
100%. And if you're going to make fun of them, we got nothing else. Tim, let's get out of here. Where can the kids find you on the internet?
Oh, they can find me at TimStoneP, TIMBSTONEP on Twitter, Instagram.
It's Fightful Overbooked, youtube.com/Fightful Overbooked. If you're in the audio sphere listening to us, drop a 5-star review. We appreciate it so much. Gets us a little bit closer to our friends, getting into your friends' ears. I am at Joel Pearl, JOELPEARL. Drop a like on the video and drop your comments as well. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you on Sunday to talk about all things AEW Revolution. We're going to do a full rundown of that card and probably talk a little bit about SmackDown. You know how it goes. Bye.